Everything old is new again. Tickle, 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 tickle. All right, roast beef. It's been a long, long while since my previous roast beef video. And, I want to do this one with a little more soul. Why is this knife not sharp? Oh yeah, there you go. Now, my tastes have improved along with my skill as a cooksman. So we're gonna go on a completely different tangent. What I'm doing currently is I'm sawing the fat. See this nice beam of fat? Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, well, cut through it just a little bit. Just enough to get through it. Do not cut the meat. If you cut down, this roast beef is ruined. What this is going to do is, because the fat usually just contracts and balls up, now it won't. Or actually it will, but it'll do it in lines. And what's going to happen is also I've just added like surface area. So before the fat was that long, now I've cut, you know, 1/4 of an inch down on every one of those. So now add like, now there's like that much surface area to season. We have soy sauce, Pam, kosher salt, onion powder, red pepper flakes because you're men now, sriracha, straight up pepper, and minced garlic, California garlic. So the first thing you do, and this is going to be a little bit weird, is we're going to douse this with soy sauce, just a little bit. And it's going to take it in. It's going to take in the sights and the sounds. And you don't want to cut anything red. You just want to cut fat. Cut nice big reams into it. If you have a piece like that, just hanging off, screw it. That adds character to your roast beef. Now when we cook it, we're going to cook it fat side up. So we could put this in the pan now. I'll try to keep one hand unmeaty. So, soy sauce is on. I don't know if we're going to need the Pam now. Well, we could probably always use the Pam. A little bit of Pam. No, I'm not going to need the Pam. No, I'm not going to need the Pam. Your next step is kosher salt. Gingerly. Remember, we have 6 sides to a roast. Get them all. Just imagine it's a cupcake, and these are sprinkles. Don't leave any side unsprinkled. Right. Now we can concentrate just on the top because the flavors we're about to introduce are going to be a little bit too strong for everybody on earth to touch. Choices being, what do we do first? Let's see, I haven't actually done this on camera, so I never actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Salt's done, that's done. We could just do a little bit of pepper. Let me rinse my hands off. Like a gourmet chef. Yes, basically we season the fat and then we eat it. Onion powder. You could also do onion powder on the whole, but you don't have to. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Now, we'll finish with the dry stuff. Start rubbing. You know those cracks we just made? See those cracks there? Oh yeah. Get this stuff in there. Now we're going to do this again where you go through individually and rub things into the cracks. For those of you who don't remember or weren't around, could you have not been born? I guess you could have not been born and now be cognizant that this is a cooking video and like 6 years old. Sriracha next. Sriracha next. Oh, that was soda clogged. That's fine. That's the correct amount of sriracha anyway. Now this, look at this. See what I'm doing with this? You see how I'm lovingly preparing the meat? You don't have to flip it. You don't have to get the bottom. You just have to get this into those cracks, into those flavor canyons. That's what we're gonna call them. That one's a little bit too deep. See that? Slightly too deep. Do better than me. Just so you can get a fingertip in there. Now they do sell a sriracha garlic like paste, and I normally would use that, but I've come to the conclusion that by the way, it really helps if you open this up before you start filming. Come to the conclusion that why would I buy that when this stuff is available? Don't hold back on this garlic goodness. Remember, into the cracks. I've got my oven preheated to 250. And the only reason it's at 250 and not like 200 or less is there's no speed bake or convection fan on this particular oven. No. That is officially ready to get probed. Now, you're not going to hit the dead center, but you're going to try. That was probably too far. Visualizing it here. Don't forget to turn your thermometer on. Do not forget to put the temperature alert on, or else it'll just read 500 degrees when the thing reaches it. No convection. 128. Of course, it's going to get there slower. If you have a convection, I could do 127, and then you pull it out. Now, when the time comes, when this beeps, what you're going to do is you open the oven, you're going to pull this a half inch, and then look. And if nothing changes, and you pull it another half inch and look. And it might drop down. If it drops down a degree or two, leave it in the oven until it gets back to 128. If it doesn't drop down, you're done. Pull it out, wrap it. Open, cut. 10, 20, 30 minutes later. The longer you let it sit after it's quote-unquote done, the happier you're going to be as a human being. I left a tray in there. Oh well. Come with me to a magical land. Fat up. This way the fat will drip down. It's going to be amazing. Actually, that tray might actually reflect the heat back down. How long we set the timer for? There's no such thing. When 36 reads 128, then you start giving it crap. She's been sitting out for how long it's been out, roommate, who I won't identify? 25 minutes? She's still perfectly at 130. Perfectly at 130. So you could leave this out for like an hour. We were watching Birdman. Birdman's fucking amazing. Stop watching this stupid goddamn roast beef cooking thing and go pay money to see Birdman. Oh, shit. You know what's down here. What's up here, don't you? Remember, the longer the rest, the less mess and blood. You're going to be a star? Eat, child. She's going to walk away from that. She hasn't eaten a single thing I've cooked. She's looking at... This is how I do it, by the way. There's nothing else I have to say. You good? Alright, I'm gonna go feed my cat now. Enjoy roast beef.